I'm Ariana Grande.
Hi, I'm Cynthia Erivo.
And you're listening to the Broadway Podcast Network.
Visit bpn.fm to discover more.
Hey everyone, this is Alan with a special bonus episode straight from the press day for Romy and Michele, the musical. I got to sit down with a good chunk of the creative team and the cast to talk about how this story went from a play to the beloved film, and now after years of development as a musical on the New York stage. Yes, at first I said a play. Did you know it was a play before it became the film we all love? So you'll hear from Robin Schiff, who wrote the original screenplay from the Romy and Michele movie, director Kristen Henge, and stars from the cast, including Laura Bell Bundy and Cara Lindsay, who are stepping into the iconic roles of Romy and Michele. And they share why, the timing just feels right now, why the show is such a joy bomb, as they say, and how they've each connected to these unforgettable characters. So it's a little lighthearted behind-the-scenes look at the musical that celebrates friendship, nostalgia, and gives you a lot of laughs, something that we desperately need these days. So if you're not watching this, you can find it on Patreon or on Spotify in video form, and it's audio everywhere else you find your podcasts, of course. So leave a rating and a review. And now we kick this off with some opening remarks from co-lead producer Steve Susi, followed by two performances. Here we go.
Please welcome to the stage, Steve Susi. Hello, everyone. My name is Steven Susi. I am co-lead producer of Romy and Michele, the musical. This is such a milestone event for us. I've been involved with this show for 9 years. We've had a very long development process, but we are here and we are so excited to be opening at stage 42. And we are just thrilled to have this opportunity to share our excitement for Romy and Michele. I also want to give a shout out to some of our key creative collaborators that have been with us for a really long time. Robin Schiff, who's in the back somewhere, I cannot see. Here is our book writer. She's our book writer, but as you all probably know, she is the screenwriter of the original film, Romy and Michele's High School Reunion. Something else you may not know is that Romy and Michele made their first appearance in a play. So Robin wrote a play called Ladies' Room, which I think was in the late 80s, it came out. And Romy and Michele were characters in that play. And so this is really a full circle moment for us to see Romy and Michele on stage in New York. We also have Gwen Sanford and Brandon J. here, our composer and lyricist team. Again, long-term collaborators with us. And also we have Kristen Henge, my good friend. Kristen, who I've known for 25 years. And I'm gonna pass this off to Kristen, but I just want to thank all of you for being here. We are thrilled to be here, and we cannot wait to open at stage 42 on October 14th.
Hi, thank you so much for being here. Someone just said to me, we need Romy and Michele right now. I don't know about you, but with everything going on in the world, laughter feels so good, it feels like medicine. Being silly, remembering that there's something great about being human, and that this show celebrates acceptance and being who you really are. It feels like a true gift to give this show at this time. So we also have been thinking about this show as a party. And as a party, we want to invite everybody to. It's a party for all of New York. And we want to collaborate with you as press with that party, that throwing a party vibe. And so we're looking for ways to collaborate that are out of the box, that are left of center, that are a little weird, because that's what this show is. And so we invite you into the party. This party is yours. This party is for all of us, and we get to have a good time. So to kick off our first number, I'd like to invite J. Sean Jackson to our stage. Thanks for Jay Sean plays Toby Walters. Now, from the movie, you might remember the effervescent Cameron Manheim as Toby Walters, who is obsessed with the 10-year reunion and planning it. Well, Jay Sean as Toby has a wonderful song in Act 2 called Welcome to the Party. Also, we want to let you know that this show is filled with production numbers. And obviously here at the Laurie Beecham, we don't have all the stage space to do our wonderful dance numbers that are choreographed by the incredible Carla Garcia. Her work, I want you to come to the show, if only just to see her work, because it is so fierce. But we're going to be sharing footage from our rehearsals with you so you can see how fun these dance numbers are. But without any further ado, I'm going to pass it off to Jay Sean, who's going to officially welcome you to the party. I do want to say that in this number, underneath Jay Sean's jacket, there is a sparkly sequin vest, which is very important for you to know for later on in the song.
I'm tingling with excitement, or maybe that's just fear. It's really come together after planning for a year. I hope that people notice all the little things I've done. I want it to be perfect, and hope everyone has fun. Isn't it fantastic? The forks aren't even plastic. I worked so hard on this display, this whole buffet. The sushi tastes as fresh as it did yesterday. We're gonna throw a party. We're gonna throw a party like you never seen. We're gonna throw a party and reminisce what it was like to be a teen. Boys and girls and anyone that's in between. If I'm wearing this with everyone will think sparkly glasses. Of course, Mooney, and of course we'll send Frink. I know somehow to send out as a host and still a guest. Hey, could you be honest? What do you think of this best?
Figure skater?
Oh, I thought it was fantastic, but maybe it's too drastic. I guess this might not be the day to dress this way. The first guests are arriving, so without delay, welcome to the party. Hello, class of 1987. Welcome to the party. I know we've all died and gone to heaven. This feels like a dream. I can't wait to hear what you've been up to. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. Here's the drink tickets. Okay. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the party. And your name tags here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. See you at stage 42 at the party.
So, if you do not know, Romy and Michele is a story of two young women who have gone out to LA to live their dream. And they think that their lives are great, being the very best of friends, until they get a call from Toby Walters that their 10-year reunion is coming, which sends Romy into dread, because what have they been doing for 10 years? So, they decide, knowing that high school was pretty traumatic and they have lots of bad memories, they decide that the only way they can go back to their reunion is if they make up a lie. And so they decide to say that they are successful because they invented Post-its. Now, I know it's hard to believe that this lie does not go over well in the reunion. And so they make up this whole lie about who they are, and that is the first time their friendship starts to crack. It tears them apart, that lie. And it isn't until their plans get ruined that they can realize, oh, hey, maybe we were good enough the way we were. In fact, maybe our lives were just great being us and being best friends. And maybe there was nothing wrong with us to begin with. And I think in this whole world of social media where we want to compare ourselves to other people, this message of like, maybe I'm okay the way I am is a really important one. And this show also centers female friendship. One of the things I love about Robin's, the script in the movie that they created back in the day, is it's a platonic love story. And when do you see work that is about just the love of your very best friend? So Robin always talks about we are making this as a love letter to that one person that always has your back, no matter what. So I'd like to welcome to the stage Laura Belfundy as Romy, and Karen Lindsay as Michele. And to set up this number, we see them in 1987 at their high school prom. They are both wearing two different versions of Madonna looks.
Do I look fat in this tutu?
No! I swear to God, Romy, your stomach is so flat, it's like your head on Cher's body.
Thanks! I was so lucky getting mono. That was like the best diet ever.
So at this prom, Romy gets up her courage and she decides to ask her high school crush, Billy Christensen, if he will dance with her.
Billy? Hi. Do you want to dance? Just so, because this song is so great. Never mind. Unless you don't want to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. Why not?
Really?
Could you wait here? I'll be right back.
So now Romy is over the moon. Her dream is coming true. Until Billy never shows. And suddenly she realizes that her dream isn't going to happen. She's been stood up.
Maybe he's passed out in the bathroom or something. You want me to go check?
He's not in the bathroom, Michele.
You're better off. I know there are nicer guys out there.
Why did you just leave? Why do you make me believe? I bet they're all laughing, it just doesn't seem fair.
It's not your fault. Romy Tucson is totally toxic. If they don't get us, we can't let it upset us. These people are all pathologic.
I was holding on out of last night. Somehow we see us in a whole new light.
So what we're moving is a giant mystery. Why no one here can see just how great we are. Oh, in a way we'll fit right in. Our lives will finally begin. People there will think we're cool. So screw this stupid school.
Michele? Hi, I'm leaving. If there's any way you could spare a hug, I would really appreciate it.
Okay, bye.
She didn't say no. She reached out her hand to embrace me. My darling Michele, this won't be farewell. Someday I'll be the man you want me to be.
Of course he said no. I reach out, but he only rejects me.
mother, please just leave me alone. I wanna die in here. I'm so all alone. I always end up alone. It's a giant mystery. Never endless why love you. They feel you in my heart. For as long as I shall live, someday she'll be mine, and I'll take this as a sign. I'll dance with you. Okay. It's a giant mystery. No one here can see. Just how brave we are. We're living in LA. What they say. We'll leave behind these scars and live our lives like stars. And we'll never look back.
That was Michael Thomas Grant, who plays the role of Sandy, and Jordan Kai Burnett, who you saw as Heather. We are so excited about this dynamic cast. As you can see, they are just filled with talent and humor and grace. We can't wait for you to join us at Stage 42 and have a Romy and Michele day. Thanks for being with us.
Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break. All right, everyone. Now we're back.
I'm Jordan Kai Burnett, and I play Heather Mooney.
And I'm Michael Thomas Grant, and I play Sandy Frink.
And how long have you guys been in the workshopping, the rehearsaling, the involved in the productions of this particular?
We could say it at the same time, but 10 years.
Which is also a song in the show, which is really fun.
Well, you guys only look like you're 15.
That's correct. Thank you so much. Please tell my mother you said that.
Okay.
Yeah, we were five when we started.
We were.
Yeah.
Michael and I are sort of, we started doing this 10 years ago together, and we are very lucky to be the last two from the original crew of people.
Original.
The original. We are the originals, and we are very proud of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we love doing this show, and we love doing it together.
How has it evolved in the last 10 years to get it to where it is now?
It's changed kind of every step of the way. It's gotten bigger and smaller and more epic and more personal, and like it's been like a really interesting honing process.
So bigger and smaller, more personal,
bigger than smaller, than
less personal,
and like more production numbers, but like smaller cast. But then the thing,
there is something about this version that is a smaller cast than we had, say, in Seattle a few years ago at the Fifth Avenue.
Right.
It's a smaller cast, but I would say that the production numbers are more involved and more elaborate. It's a much bigger undertaking in terms of a dance show.
Right.
And I know what you mean when you say bigger but smaller, because at one point there was a whole ensemble behind the rest of the cast, and now everybody's playing everybody, so it feels a little bit like a yearbook in that way, and that you're flipping the pages and everybody's everywhere.
Oh, that's so cool. That's a very interesting concept. And the audiences, have they been getting this like as you're going through the various iterations? Like I'm curious to know how the kids these days like this show versus like my age. I'm almost 45. Like this is my movie.
Well, the format of the movie is very much like it's like a classic. Like it became a TV trope over time of different shows doing Romy and Michele of like, let's go back to our reunion but pretend to be different. So like the story kind of has been reinterpreted in like 1,000 different formats. So like the kids have seen.
I also think that we've mentioned to Robin recently. I said this to her. I was like, you sort of made like before you knew that it was going to be a meme, There are so many moments from this movie that are now memes, for example, or GIFs, like things that maybe the kids, even if they don't know what they're doing, they're still sending the and wow, I sounded kind of old when I said that. But anyway.
When they're sending the memes.
When they are sending those memes.
But the GIFs, and they move around.
But it is sort of I think there are plenty of people who are 15 years old and who are 7 years old. Thank you so much. Who do know the movie. But I think what the treat of the show is that it is accessible for everyone. And I think the things that have really changed are like the things that needed to change. A show that is from 30-ish years ago is going to have some edges to soften or some things to bring out more. And I think that the writing team has been very conscious of that.
That's interesting.
In the right way.
That's very cool. And so are you feeling the same thing like when you talk to audiences afterwards and whatnot?
I mean, the fan base for Romy and Michele is always extraordinary.
Yes.
They are committed to the bit, and they have been living the bit since the film came out. And so I think whether or not it's the super fans or it's somebody who's going to just be a fan of the musical, there's a love from these audiences that we're hoping will continue on through our New York run.
I love that. All right, so the last question, something I ask to wrap up my normal long-form episodes is if you could only see one show for the rest of your life, you could see it as many times as you want, what would you see?
Well, okay, I have a question about your question. Okay. Is it a show or is it a production of a show?
You can interpret it however you would like.
Okay. Well, do you have an answer?
I'm formulating.
Okay, I want to be very clear that when I answer a question like this, that in 10 minutes from now, my mind could change. And if I ran into you tomorrow, I could give you a different answer. I don't want this to be like my forever answer. But in this moment right now, it would be the 1998 revival of Cabaret. And I was
going to say Cabaret.
Well, just kidding. Well, I think that's the right answer.
I like that a lot.
I mean, I loved this most recent production too. I love that show, but I think that the important thing about the 98 is that they added Mein Herr and they added Maybe This Time, and I really want to see it when it has those in it.
Yes, I agree. Okay, thank you so much. Congratulations on finally making it to the stage here in New York. 10 years later, I can't wait to see this on its feet.
Thank you so much. It's great meeting you.
You too.
Hooray!
Yeah.
I'm Robin Schiff. I wrote the movie Romy and Michele. You've got to start again. I couldn't say the name of my own movie. I'm Robin Schiff. I wrote the movie Romy and Michele's High School Reunion.
The original.
And I wrote the book to the musical.
Lovely. And introduce yourself?
And I'm Kristen Hange, and I'm directing the musical Romy and Michele.
How long have the two of you been working together on this project?
I've been on this project for over 13 years.
Oh my God. And I've been on it longer, and I'm not going to say how long.
Have you always, though, like, I guess when it was originally written, did you originally see it as a musical, or was that never kind of in the cards at the time?
It wasn't in the cards at the time. At the time, I was busy adapting it from my play to a movie. And I couldn't have seen that it would be a musical. And the reason why it came about was one of the producers, Larry Mark, calls me up one day and he said, these two guys have written 2 songs for a Romy and Michele musical.
Just randomly.
And sent it over, and I was in the Groundlings comedy group at the time, and I was like, this is like a bad Groundlings sketch. This is horrible. If I was doing the musical, it would all sound like the Go-Go's, and there would be a changing booth on stage. And I went off, and he was like, I love that. We should do that. And unfortunately, I listened to it.
Unfortunately?
No. I couldn't be happier that I'm here, but it's been a really long journey. And I was so naive when it got started.
Right. Well, so you got involved 13 years ago, but like how long... When did you get started then? If you said it's been a long journey, so it must have been even farther than that.
Over 20 years.
Wow. Yeah, because how long, I should know this, when would the movie get released?
It got released in 1997.
So like last year, okay.
But the original play, when did you write The Ladies' Room?
Well, the play Ladies Room out of production in 87, but I created the characters in 85, so that's literally 40 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. Isn't that nuts?
People say you need IP to get anything made in the business, and I'm like, I just wrote my own IP, and all I had to do was wait 40 years.
Wait, is this based on a true story at all? Did you have to go back and go back to your high school reunion and make up all these stories?
No. I was a combination of everyone. I was a combination of Heather, Romy, Michele, and Christy. It's one of the reasons why I wanted Romy and Michele to be mean to other people and not just be the lowest on the totem pole, because we all had people that we were sort of looking up to and other people that we didn't even think of as human.
Yeah.
And I felt like that was just sort of the human condition.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, it's a classic story of like being othered and othering and finding a place to belong. And is that, you're nodding your head, is that like what attracted you to the production?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that I was taken when I first saw the movie about like, oh, yeah, there's hierarchy in high school. And, oh, we do this thing where we like rank people and it's gross. And I feel like when I first saw the movie, I was like, I've never seen it fully articulated that way. And then also I remember when I first saw the movie just being taken with the female friendship.
Yeah.
And that being centered, like just to see a love story that's really about a friendship, that was really moving to me.
So Frozen ripped you guys off.
I mean,
yeah,
I'm not going to point fingers, but all right, Elsa.
When the movie came out, there hadn't been World of Henry Orient is the only movie I can think of that was about female friendship. And I can't really think of much else, and my best friend was so important to me. And I have a lot of female friends, and it can be the key relationship in your life, and yet it's an under-discussed and underappreciated topic, I think.
Right.
But not for me. I'm obsessed with it.
Well, especially, I guess, like for women, too, to put women's stories front and center like this, I mean, maybe, unfortunately, that is part of why it took so long to get it to where it is now. And I'm glad that we are finally now at a place where we can put this kind of story front and center, and then the creative team has a lot of female representation in it. And I mean, why, I guess along those lines, why now, if you've been involved in 20 plus years, 13 years for you, some of the other cast has been involved for 10 years. It's taken a while. Why is now the right time to finally bring this to the New York stage?
Well, I feel like we got lucky because the timing is so right. The movie has never been more popular. It's just amazing to me, the love for the movie, but it's a moment in time right now where if I'm personally going to spend the money to go to a show, I want to be transported for 2.5 hours.
And laugh.
And have it celebrate something that I can get behind. And I feel like Kristen calls it a joy bomb, and I love it when she calls it that, but it's full of joy and love.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's still dark and funny like it was.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's real. Was it hard for the two of you to adapt the screenplay to a stage book? Or was it just kind of like a lift and shift?
Well, I mean, interestingly enough, because Robin is from television, she will not let something rest until it's the best it can be. So I feel like a lot of the process was like, we would write a song, write a scene, and then be like, oh, it's not quite there yet. And we spent a lot of time working on the structure of the musical and trying different things and trying different numbers. And I feel like even though it took a long time, it actually helped us make the best possible show. Yeah. Like, the show's never been stronger in terms of what it is. And I feel also, in terms of timing, right now, the world just feels funky. You know, it is
weird.
It is
so
weird. And it feels dark and it feels heavy. And so to have a show that is also still looking at hierarchy and looking at bullying and looking at
being true to yourself.
Being true, and accepting yourself for who you are, and the importance of diversity and all of these things. That it's also a show that really is a celebration. Yeah. And we get to go and laugh and play and be silly and have fun. And I think
those things are important right now.
That's beautiful. All right, so the last question I ask everyone on my normal long-form episodes is, if you can only see one show for the rest of your life, you can see it as many times as you want, present company excluded, because of course you should see Romy and Michele. But what show would you see for the rest of your life if you could only see one show?
A musical?
Any show. That's what makes it hard.
I'll just tell you what I first thought of. My Fair Lady.
That's a good one.
Because I think the book and the music is perfect. And it really tells the story. And yes, I said My Fair Lady. And I stick by it.
Mine would probably be Hedwig and the Angry Inch. I love those songs.
They're so good.
They're so good.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love My Fair Lady is too. It's very solid. Classic.
Yeah.
I think that's very good. All right. Well, thank you both. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And happy opening in mid-October. Like, everybody go see this musical. It's great.
Thank you.
So my name is Steven Susi, and I am co-lead producer on Romy and Michele, the musical.
What made you want to do this? Because as a lead, you have many options. You have all...
Sure.
Yes.
You know what? It's... I wanted to join this particular producing team really because of Romy and Michele and the project itself. I tend to be drawn to specific projects. And so Romy and Michele, the film, was just one of my favorite films. And I really felt that it would be perfect in musical form, theatrical form. And so I met up with my co-producer, Barry Kemp, who's one of the original producers on the film. And we started this journey, and we had our world premiere at the Fifth Avenue Theater in Seattle, and we've been developing it, and now we open at Stage 42 next month.
That's crazy. So did you go to Barry and say, I want to do this, or did you just happen to know each other and be one drunken high night?
Shrooms. No, I was producing theater at Celebration Theater in Los Angeles, one of the oldest running LGBTQ theater in the country. And so I was producing big musicals in a small black box theater, 55 seats. So like Priscilla, Queen of the Desert or whatever. And so I met Barry through my friend Kristen Henge, who is our director. She and I went to USC together many years ago. And I met Barry, and we just clicked. He's more of a creative producer, and I'm more of kind of like on the business side. So we knew our roles, and he loved my passion for the project, and we just hit it off, and we started with Seattle, and we've been rolling. So, yeah.
So have you been involved for the whole 10 years of the development of the script and everything?
Yeah. So I've been around for 9 years. Musicals take a long time.
Yes, they do.
And you know what? And I got to say, it might be interesting to your listeners, but we really turned a corner when we decided our obligation as producers was to open this either on Broadway or West End. And last year, we jumped through all the hoops in order to make our obligation as producers to be off-Broadway, because we had a feeling that off-Broadway was the right match for this particular show. The amount of money to be raised, all of the many factors. And so as soon as we did that, we were offered Stage 42 by the Schubert organization. So it really worked out well for us.
That's really neat. What do you hope people are going to walk away from after seeing this? Because I feel like there's two different generations of people that are going to see it. There's our generation that saw the original movie, loved the original movie,
grew up with it.
And then
graduated high school in 1987, me, which is for sure.
So that, and then
and we are different, right? We are different.
And the kids, I say kids, 15, 20, even 25 is still a kid to me.
Sure. It's what people are going to walk away with. It's the story itself. We're the same story. The film was the film. We are on stage. We are an original musical with about 21 original songs. But it's really the message of the story is the same. So what somebody took away from the film, they're going to take away the same thing via the musical, but I think even stronger. I think the emotional response is going to be stronger because of song, because of music, because of how people express themselves in song. And I just think it's a different feel, and I think it's a more impactful emotional response to the musical. And our last song in the show is called Changing the World One Outfit at a Time. And it's our anthem of the show. And it's this feel good. And I mean, if you're not happy at the end of our show, there's a problem, right? Because we really are bringing joy with Romy and Michele, the musical.
All right, so then final question. If you can only see one show for the rest of your life, you can see it as many times as you want, what would you see?
Okay, wait, like one show? I'm only allowed to see one show for the rest of my life.
Stuck on a desert island with one bootleg of one show.
Oh man, that's not easy.
No.
Well, can I say one thing before that?
Yeah.
I just saw Saturday at Church yesterday, and I adored it. I loved it. But there's so many shows that I would want to see. But I would say an excellent production of Cabaret.
That was what they just said.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well,
That's
Cabaret,
good.
again, and interesting in terms of Romy and Michele situation. Cabaret, that's one of my favorite films with Liza Minnelli, right? Mm-hmm. But then I've seen Cabaret so many times, and if it's an outstanding production, it just resonates, and it's so important. And I'd also say in the world we're living in right now, Cabaret does feel like it's like very relevant right now. So I'm going to go with Cabaret.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Happy opening. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. Don't go anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break. All right, everyone. Now we're back. Hi, y'all.
Hi.
Well, we look so cute.
Look at that little camera. Oh my gosh, you're always up on the tech.
We look so cute.
Always
All right. So for those who are just listening, who are you listening? Say your names and who's you are. We're so tired. We're so tired of that.
As my son called me from his crib after he called mommy many times, and I did not answer when he was like 2. La Bandi!
La Bandi!
La Bandi! Oh, wait! My name is La Bandi!
Oh.
That's hilarious. I'm
also.
Laura Bell Bundy.
Yes,
isn't that
are.
funny? So I had gone away. I was filming something, and my husband had told him who everybody's name was in the house, and had told him. So when I heard La Belle Bandis from the crib in the morning, because he would just announce that he was awake, yelling "Mommy" and "Daddy," and then he started yelling La Belle Bundy. He said "Mommy" twice, and then La Belle Bundy, and I died because I was not expecting
La Belle Bundy.
That's what I'm going to call her now.
La Belle Bundy.
Yeah. Luckily, my child doesn't call me Carol Lindsay.
We haven't started talking about the show at all yet.
Okay, let's do it.
I know, they're going to get in trouble.
I know.
We're going to get in trouble. So that's who you are. We've established all. Lindsay and La Belle Bundy. When did you guys get involved with this production? How long have you been involved?
Like 2 weeks ago.
Truly, honestly. It was very fast.
I did not know that when I started my summer, at the end of my summer, I would be doing this show. And I have known Kristen Hange for 20 years. And she had told me that she was doing Romy and Michele. And I thought to myself, of all the things that Chris and I have done together, I cannot believe she did not ask me to do. And then she actually asked Shay, "Do you think Laura Bell would consider Romy and Michele?"
Is Shay your unofficial manager now?
I guess so. Shay was like, "Ask her," because I had said to Shay this thing. So when Chris was like, "Would you ever consider doing Romy and Michele?" I was like, "Bitch, I can't believe it took you this long to ask me."
That's hilarious.
So that was middle of July. And this is actually the first musical that I have ever, I guess, there have been other Romy and Michele's in incarnations of this, like in Seattle. So I guess we are technically originating for New York.
Yes.
Yeah. But this would be the first time that I have it technically originated something I never did a reading or a workshop of before. So it's all kind of new.
Offer only now.
Yeah. Well, no, it's just a lot of times. Well, a lot of times you work on something for a
several
while.
years.
So you go into rehearsals and you kind of know the songs, you know the lines. So it's all new. But it's been exciting. It's like I've thrown myself into the deep end, and
both are.
And I have this amazing like safety vest friend in
Carolyn
Lindsay.
It's a delight. Yeah, I also did not realize I was doing this, but I'm also really grateful that I am.
Oh, yes, me
so wonderful. It feels like it's coming at the right time.
It just kind of exploded in like the news cycles, and all of a sudden it's just.
I think it may have come about. I don't know the full story, but I'm assuming that it sort of came about a little last minute. No?
Yeah.
In general,
I love that life is like that.
That's how theater is, though.
Theater is like,
oh, there's a theater available. Oh, yay, let's do this.
Yeah, so it's just like literally anything can happen. Your life can change on a dime.
Instant.
You know, you could just get ready for great things to happen.
I know, it's exciting. And we read together. We did like a chemistry read. I was home in Rochester visiting my family, and
I was in Salzburg, Austria.
Exactly.
You're being serious.
It was so
She's
fast.
being serious.
It was so fast.
Life is a comedy. I don't know.
It like had to happen then. So I'm like at this lake in Austria.
So last minute.
Yeah, and we did this chemistry read over Zoom, and it was lovely.
It was so fun.
And we were like texting each other after. Like, don't they see this chemistry is amazing? And it was.
I am Romy.
Yeah. Like, why do you have this accent? You've only been there for 2 days.
And you don't like my accent? My
accent? But okay, so then you must have seen the movie when you was youngest.
Yes.
Like, how much did that? Okay, let me ask this more better. Did seeing do better? Okay, one more time with talent and scene. Okay, so when you watched the movie as a kid, it stuck with you. Now, all of a sudden, getting thrown into the last minute did it help you to be unable to have this much time to prepare? So you're just like approaching this like a fresh role, or are you trying to emulate what you remember of these characters from the movie?
I think we've been preparing our whole lives for this. You know, we are 80s babies.
Yeah.
There are they flash back to their 80s prom. We grew up watching this movie, not grew up, but like in high school.
Yeah, this was like a high school,
in
definitely
a movie theater.
came out when we were in high school.
I feel like we've like absorbed this show through osmosis our whole lives.
Yeah.
So like, what would having a few more months of preparation really do?
Yeah, like every like little bit of like sort of nostalgic choreography, we have it down already. We've been doing it on the dance floor since junior high, and you know, so that part's easy. Yeah. I mean, it's funny. I always love more time. I'm one of those people, like,
yes,
I'm a rehearsal whore. I love it. I just love rehearsal. But at some point you have to kind of let go, and you like the next element of rehearsal is having an audience. So we have one more week in the studio, and then we have tech, and I really think that'll be plenty.
No, we really do need people. Comedy, you need that. We need that.
It was really awesome to revisit the movie again, but revisit it as someone who, like, I didn't do comedy the way that I do comedy now when I was in high school. So now I watch it with, like, a more critical eye and go, this is actually legitimately funny and still holds up. Yeah. And I really hope to do this justice. And I think when you're creating the character, obviously there's iconic bits and there's little iconic things like, sort of like this voice a little bit. And I'm like, do I incorporate that? Do I not incorporate that? And
the answer is yes.
And the answer is yes, you incorporate it because people are expecting it. But it also allows you to differentiate between these two characters.
Differentiate.
I now like going home talking like that. And then you go home and you talk like this. I don't know.
Back
anyway, but then you make it your own. Like we've been saying, like you put it through your own like heart's filter. And
Film your own
and then
thing.
it comes out as our versions of these characters.
Well, I'm getting the wrap up sign.
Oh,
I
no.
gotta go.
Okay.
I gotta go. You gotta go.
We have to
Get
go
your
eat
lunch.
something.
Get some
Yeah.
lunch.
But-
What? Okay, so then congratulations on this show. It's gonna open so soon, and everyone's gonna come and swarm you and give you lots of Romy and Michele hugs and say goodbye in character. Give me one more goodbye in character.
Okay, bye.
I mean, that's what you do.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye. Austrian. No, that's not Austrian. That's Hungarian. I don't know.
I don't know what that is.
Okay.
Thank you.
Alan.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Take a deep breath, make the world a little colorful.